8 3-minute rounds. The gloves are 10 ounces. And Anthony Joshua weighs like 250 pounds. So I'm not really sure how this is going to end up happening. But this is one of those. Normally, I don't give credit to the Paul brothers. And, I give them credit for being great on social media and creating a lot of buzz for the sport. I give him credit for getting in the round with Anthony Joshua. This is not like a Mike Tyson fight when Tyson's 60 years old.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Goff and Mahomes were never taken serious. Hurts won't be even if they're the 1 seed. Jonathan Taylor plays running back. Stop. Mahomes lost the head-to-head to Josh. Can I confidently eliminate every single person booked behind Josh Allen to at least beat out Josh Allen? So I'm in a head-to-head with Stafford May?
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Let's take a look at a couple of narratives here and play a good game of fade or not fade. And first up, well, the idea that the Chiefs are going to put it all together and win the AFC West, well, that's absolutely gone. Absolute fade from this point on, Donnie, with the Chiefs. Their 10-year reign is over. It's done with.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Football contest season is back, and so is the Las Vegas Football Contest Show. Season 2, the sharpest football contest show in the land. Focusing on all 3 Circus Sports contests and the Westgate Superbook Super Contest, we handicap the games and release our contest picks every week of the season. Featuring Super Contest champions Brady Cannon, James Salinas, and former NFL player Mike Pritchard, all team will have you prepared this season like none other. Check us out every weekend right here on...
And welcome in. It is in-game live game day on a terrific Thursday evening. Scott Wetzel and Gabriel Morency for the next 2 glorious, well, actually, it should be longer than that, about 3.5 glorious hours, actually. We'll take you to the end of the Thursday night football game. Pretty good one, right? For all intents and purposes, winner here takes a major leg up in not only getting the NFC West Division Championship, but even more importantly, takes over the number 1 seed in line to get a bye after with a couple of more weeks left to go. So good college football game as well. With a decent little bowl game going on as the bowl bonanza continues. We got some college basketball, we got NBA, we got hockey, we got it all tonight. It's a smorgasbord. It's a beautiful thing. Hopefully making a couple of shekels along the way, like likely you did yesterday if you followed me in game. We both had pretty good days yesterday. So before we get to it all, it is game time. What's betting you off tonight, Gabe?
Looking forward to this football game this evening. It's technically the best Thursday night game ever as far as records are concerned. We've had some pretty good ones over the years. There's been a few classics, but this is the first time ever that we've had 2 11-win teams going head-to-head on a Thursday night football game. And then you consider the fact that we have first place in the NFC Conference on the line. You know, the winner of this football game will have the top seed, moving forward, and the loser of this football game falls to the 5 seed. So the stakes really couldn't be higher, but really, Puka Nacua has really become the story, and he goes on the Aiden Ross podcast, and he does an offensive dance to some. But for me, it's not so much the dance, because it doesn't appear as if though people are that offended by what he did. But, Puka Nacua is becoming a little bit of a problem, and he's drifting in the wrong direction. Antonio Brown did a video in the Pittsburgh Steelers game room after a football game, and all hell broke loose. It's a Cardinal, like everybody knows. Like, you don't have to be in the NFL like any team. You don't do your own personal podcast type things or videos from the locker room after a game. Nacua did it, right, last week. If it was anyone else or whatever, I don't know. I guess I'll just say if it was a black wide receiver, then it would be the end of the world, and it would be the biggest, whatever. Puka Nacua did it. No one really talked about it. McVay was pissed about it, but he's so good. So, private conversation. And then days later, he does an offensive dance and upsets Jewish people. Yeah, he's on quite a roll this week. So, hell of a wide receiver, not a bad guy. stay off the internet for a couple of days until the off season. If I'm the LA Rams, I'm telling them, listen, dude, I don't know why you want to be buddies with all these podcast bros, but if you are, fine. We're not stopping you. Do it after the year because you're becoming a distraction.
Yeah. You know what it is, Gabe, real quickly? I don't think these guys know that they're talking into a microphone, and as little as the podcast may be, they may have 5 listeners. But I host a podcast. What's the goal? To get a guest to say something stupid, send it out to the mass media, and they hop on it, and your podcast gets all this publicity. So even though he's talking to a bunch of nobodies in his mind, bunch of friends, whatever, and I'm going to say, oh, yeah, the refs are all rigged.
I'm going to listen. I'm not a big fan.
That could be
I'm not a big fan.
That could go further out.
Of Aiden Ross, but he's not a nobody, Scott. He's more popular than Puka Nacua is. Like, Nacua went on his show because he's a star suck-up, not the other way around.
Those 3 kids are like that. I don't know. They're really big. Yeah. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So maybe that's not the issue then. But I know that's a lot of times. Like, these guys are like, wow, I didn't know you were going to send that out to everybody. And I thought I was just talking to you guys, but all right, I didn't realize he was that big, that popular. So, but it was cool.
I'm looking now. He's got 4.5 million subscribers on YouTube, so he's that big.
Few more than me. Yeah, a couple more than what I have. More, yeah.
4.5 million. So he's one of the biggest guys out there, actually. Yeah. But really? My whole point is, all right, if you're Nacua. Fine. You want to go on the show? Go on. I'm not calling the kid up. But the whole thing is, Aiden Ross is Jewish. So he had him do this Jewish dance, except Aiden Ross, they were kind of like Puka Nacua wasn't in on the joke, Scott. You were right in the way they used him. Like they're laughing at him. And Puka's too dumb to see it. And somebody had the best line. You go on a guys like this show, he's got nothing to lose. You can't cancel him, Scott. He doesn't care about being offensive. That's how he got as big as he did. You know what I mean? Right. So nothing can hurt him. Everything can hurt you. That's my point about going on these shows if you're Nacua.
Yeah. We'll see how the officials treat him, right? I mean, being an official with high school stuff.
Oh, yeah, not to mention he said referees are all clowns that only call penalties to get on TV.
Yeah, that's like the main thing. Yeah. So all this points to me, Seattle. I'll keep this one short. Give me the Seagirls, as I like to call them, laying the 1.5 against the Rams. Wouldn't shock me. Without Devontae Adams, we knew he wasn't going to play. The whole world knew that, but for whatever reason, they kind of kept this a secret. But he's not playing tonight. They can win without him. No 2 ways about it. But I'm just going to take Seattle. Yeah,
everybody knows he's out. He's out for like a month, bro. It's like he's out.
I know, but they didn't announce that until today. They kept on saying that maybe. They kept the door open, and that's what I mean by keeping it a secret. So give me Seattle laying the 1.5 tonight.
Yeah, you know what? The Rams have owned them. This has been a disaster for the Seattle Seahawks playing against the Rams. They've beaten them 4 of the last 5 times, but don't really look too much into the win last year. It was the last game of the year. And the Rams didn't care. And whatever. It was just one of those type of games, and the Seahawks won. So they've had a problem. Sam Darnold has played against the Rams 3 times in the last 12 months. He's 0-3. He's thrown 5 interceptions. He's been sacked 12 times. But everything that is lined up. You've got no Devontae Adams. You've got a short week. You're playing this football game at home, and you've got the LA Rams coming in here a little bit beat up, more so than just Devontae Adams. If you can't beat them now, you're never going to beat them. This is like the line in the sand game for the Seattle Seahawks, and I'll take the Seahawks here to find a way to win this football game. Although I got to be honest, as the game approaches, I'm getting more worried about it as I just see the Rams.
Buyer's remorse already, huh? We haven't even had the opening coin toss. All right.
Well, the Rams are that good.
Yeah, well, they are. Yeah. I would tell you, them being completely healthy, and no team is, but them being completely healthy, I still think they're the best team in the NFL this year. I'm going to grab Cooper Kupp. I'll play a little hunch here. Over 32.5 receiving yards. The first game against his former team, he only had 3 receptions for 20-plus yards, but they targeted him 7 times. His play is picked up. He averages about 35. If you go up and down his roster, you'll come up to close to 50-50, whether he gets 33 yards or not. But I like that 7 attempts from him. or at least pass attempts to him last game. I think they go to him again a little bit more. This time I think he happens to get 33 yards. So give me over Cooper Kupp, 32.5 yards receiving for Seattle.
Yeah, I see we're up against it now for time, so I'll just rattle off my plays here. I'm going to go with the same, I'll call it a same-game parlay, actually, instead of a teaser, because I same-game parlayed it. But I got the Seahawks at plus 7.5 instead of plus 5.5, and the total is the same at 49.5. So it's minus 155. So I got Seahawks plus 7.5, under 49.5. I don't think this game's going to be a track meet, although I do think it's going to get into the high 30s, low 40s type of deal. But as far as props are concerned, let's go with Williams over 55.5 rush yards. I think there's going to be a lot of running the football tonight. He's gone over this number like 4 of the last 5 games, 7 of the last 8. And I'm going to go with JSN, Scott, with over 6.5 receptions. He had 9 receptions the first time that they played. They throw it to him like a ton. They don't really have anyone to throw the football to. You got Cooper Kupp, who's kind of like a million years old now. Shaheed's okay. And then, it's JSN. It's the JSN show, and Carson Palmer loves him. So I'm going to go over 6.5 receptions for JSN.
All right, I'll throw in one more real quickly. Over Colby Parkinson receiving yards for the Rams, 39.5. I just see now at FanDuel it's up to 40.5. Without with Puka being there, obviously, without the Devontae Adams, someone else has got to pick up the slack. All the attention will be going to Puka. So then you go down the line, and to me, that's Parkinson. He's their third leading receiver anyway. Over 39.5, 40.5 yards, the tight end Colby Parkinson for the Rams. All right, more picks coming up. Quick little break, and right back to all the board and all the action. In-game live, game day on the grid.
This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
They're doing a new show about a Japanese interpreter.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're doing I don't know if it's a documentary or actors are in it.
It's got to.
I think it's a drama.
It's a real show.
It's like a scripted show?
Yeah.
About a Japanese interpreter?
Yes.
I wonder who's getting paid for that.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Super Bowl MVP, multiple Super Bowl chances there, Super Bowl championship as they got it. Nick Sirianni said on the radio, no chance that Jalen Hurts is going to be benched. But by the way, Jalen Hurts didn't play the last 3 games. I think the Eagles would be 3-0 in those games, though. Just saying, Joe.
Oh, wow. How the mighty have fallen. When the Eagles fans turn on their quarterback, it's getting ugly in Philly, folks.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in-game live. Game day here on the grid, getting set for kickoff. Seattle and the LA Rams. I'll pose the question. Well, let me ask you, you got any more plays? Those are my main plays. I got Seattle winning 27-21, my usual thing. I like over 30.5 pass attempts, Sam Darnold. And just for Sun, I'm going to use the Smith and Jigba, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua combined for 4 touchdowns. Getting almost 10-1, 9.5 to 1. You got any others, Gabe?
Yeah, I like the under of the game. I don't love the under, but I like the under. of the football game, but I have it in that same game parlay. But as far as my only two props I gave was Williams over 55.5 rush yards, JSN over 6.5 receptions. But let's play some touchdown props here. We got to play Williams. I mean, Williams scores every basic game. You know what I mean? And it's pretty good, Scott. Plus 130. Got to be kidding me. So Williams at plus 130 is a play. You know they're going to be all over Nakua like Oprah on a baked ham on Thanksgiving, man, because Adams isn't there. So they're going to go all in on Nakua, like let's try to take him out. So it's almost too obvious to play him to score a touchdown, but he probably does get in the end zone, guys, and he's plus 130 as well. I feel like I'm forgetting a touchdown prop I played. I did not. Thank you for bringing it up, actually. No, I didn't because
50, 51,
the wind and the
50
rain.
yards.
I'm not going to have time to get this in. They're kicking it off right now. Let's see if I can get this in. No, you know what? I don't trust Myers, Scott.
Yeah.
I know he just made 6 kicks the other day, but he's shaky. Like he's these long kicks and stuff. Plus, I'm in the Northwest. It's been raining and windy all day and stuff. You know what I mean? Look, it's pretty windy. I'm seeing the wind right now.
Is it?
Wind gusts of 30 miles an hour, Scott. They just put it on the screen.
Ooh.
It's not ideal for a 52-yard field goal, bro. Like, no, I didn't do it. Like, no, I'm showing more patience if you notice. more discipline.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
Taking 4 years, right?
You know what? I kind of got to change. At some point, you got to look in the mirror and like say, all right, what I'm doing isn't working. Or not working, but you don't have to do it every time. Like, it doesn't mean I got to play a long field goal in every football game the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, sometimes it's good to like, don't force it. Yeah, I have that in my back pocket, and sometimes, man, I'll step up and hammer it. But I'm not going to force it every time because, I'm Morency, you play it every game, right? No, I'm not going to do it every game, right?
Yeah. And you got to learn to know that, you know what, sometimes it's going to hit when I don't play. And I just have to accept that. It's kind of like when I do the regulation win in hockey, right? I'll accept
you do
it.
have
I
to
win in overtime.
Right, yeah.
It
really hasn't, though. It really hasn't. Like, and you know what? There's no locks. I mean, like I said, Aubrey actually missed a kick the other day, right? 59-yarder. Figure, all right, you're going to win that one for sure. But something I did bet tonight, I'm talking about discipline and stuff, and now I'm going to tell you this story, but it's the NCAA Women's Final Four of volleyball tonight, right?
Okay.
Texas A&M were plus 150 against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, this is their fifth straight Final Four for the Pittsburgh Panthers team. They've lost the first game every time, Scott, 4 years in a row in the Final Four.
Wow. Tonight
they were minus 200 favorites against Texas A&M. A same Texas A&M team that just knocked off the Nebraska Cornhuskers, who were 33-0.
I was going to say, what happened to Nebraska? Yeah, they lost, huh? Wow.
Yeah, at Nebraska. Texas A&M went in there. I happened to watch it. I saw it. I was flicking around the other day. It was actually on Sunday during the NFL games. I don't know. I was flicking around. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, look at this. I'm like, Nebraska woman. And I'm like, wow, they're losing. I'm like, man, these girls never lose. They're 33-0.
Yeah.
And then, so I watched Texas A&M, and I'm like, damn, man, these girls are good. Texas A&M. And I saw the girl after in the interview, Texas A&M, say, you know what, all due respect to Nebraska, we're better than they are. We're the best team in the country. Like, they were all in, like, cocky. No one could beat us. We knew we were going to win. Today, they were plus 150 underdogs against Pittsburgh. And I'm like, well, wow. I guess the volleyball world thinks that that was whatever. They're winning 2-0 right now, Scott. They're minus 800 on the money line.
Wow.
And there's another one. There's another one coming up after this one, guys, just for the record, if you want to get in on it. I'm betting it, too. I like Kentucky over Wisconsin. SEC, Scott, they're good at everything. So the Kentucky women are really good at volleyball. And Wisconsin are kind of on this little Cinderella little story here. Look for Kentucky to roll them, and I think it'll be Texas A&M versus Kentucky in the final.
Yeah, Nebraska and women's volleyball is like UConn and women's basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always really good for whatever reason.
They played in the football stadium. So, you know Nebraska. They even played in the football stadium. They literally got like 80,000, 70,000 people to like a volleyball game.
Yeah. If you keep on flipping the channels on my cable network, you'll run across some of that stuff, and you sit there and you watch it. It's like, oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's huge.
It's really grown. It's really grown. And Nebraska kind of, like you said, you always sort of need a team, right, to to push it. And Nebraska were the ones where, like, the Big Ten Network shows it all the time, right? I mean, it's like women's volleyball, like football, like it's like the second big
That's
thing.
usually where I see it. Yeah, Big Ten.
Yeah. So, but the Fox got it as a Friday night game of the week, bro. And basically, like, you got the UCLAs, the Nebraskas. They're really good. And plus, the best way of putting it is they're hot. Right? Like, it's television gold. Like, it's television gold.
Not quite beach volleyball, but it's pretty close, right?
It's like Texas A&M, like, or whatever. Like, they're good. Like, you know what I mean? It's sort of like, whoa. Like, it's one of those when you flick around, it's like, oh, my God, what the hell's going on here? And then you sort of, like, you're into sports and you're into girls. Next thing you know, you're like, this is pretty good, right? And you're watching it. Right? And I'm not surprised that they're like, yeah, well, put it, like, if it wasn't doing well, they wouldn't put it on national television on Friday night every Friday suddenly.
Right. I marvel, you could watch a point last forever. I marvel how they were able to, you see some shot and you think, okay, that's got to be a point. And some girls diving on the ground, making the save, and somehow or another getting it across the net. And, like, back and forth they go. I mean, those things take forever. That's longer than a college football game.
Dude, people, you know how hard they hit the ball, too, man. You want to be right on the other side of the net when one of these girls spikes it in your face. Boom. Yeah. You should see the men, bro, like the pro men's leagues in Europe and stuff. Holy. Dude, these guys are like, the ball's coming in, Scott, like 150 miles an hour at your face. They don't play around, man. Big 7-footers. Bam.
Rams got the ball first. We'll let you know what's going on in Game Live.
This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
They're doing a new show about a Japanese interpreter.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're doing like I don't know if it's a documentary or like actors are in it.
It's got a.
I think it's a drama.
It's a real show.
It's like a scripted show.
Yeah.
About a Japanese interpreter.
Yes.
I wonder who's getting paid for that.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Super Bowl MVP, multiple Super Bowl chances there, a Super Bowl championship as they got it. Nick Sirianni said on the radio, no chance that Jalen Hurts is going to be benched. But by the way, Jalen Hurts didn't play the last 3 games. I think the Eagles would be 3-0 in those games, though. Just saying, Joe.
Oh, wow. How the mighty have fallen. When the Eagles fans turn on their quarterback, it's getting ugly in Philly, folks.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, well, there's your first, not necessarily winner, but maybe good hesitation, Gabe, because Rams had it first and goal. Welcome back in Game Live, Scott and Gabe, hour number 1. They had it not first and goal, fourth and 1 at the 39-yard line. Could have gone for about a 55, 56-yard field goal. Maybe if it was indoors, they would have. They go for it. The Rams do. They don't get it. It's NFL football 2025, and Seattle's now got the ball.
Seahawks D steps up. there. And we were just talking about the long field goal, and it's a tricky stadium. I've been to this stadium. It's open air everywhere. Look at one of the end zones that has that sort of pyramid seats in the end zone. That's actually super scary. I'm amazed that people haven't killed themselves on that thing. Like, it's very steep, man. Like, look at one of the back of the end zones. You see people way at the top up there. I was sitting, like, in that area looking up at these people thinking, thank God I didn't buy tickets in that section. But it's a wickedly cool stadium. Like, it's one of the coolest stadiums in the NFL, like, by far. The acoustics, it's really loud the way that they made it, so the sound bounces around and all that type of stuff. But it's not an easy stadium to kick in. It gets windy in there. And we just saw, so as you said, Seattle 4 goes. You know, the key guys to this football game is Seattle want to run the football, but they don't do it very well. They do it a lot, but you know what I mean? They average like 3.8, 3.9, depending on how you want to call it, yards per carry, which is right at the bottom of the NFL, Scott. Like, the only teams that average less yards per carry than Seattle, Las Vegas, 3.4. Crazy. San Francisco, 3.5. New Orleans, 3.6. Cleveland, 3.8. Seattle, 3.9. Right? Like, so they have a pretty ineffective ground attack. You would figure that Walker and Charbonnet would be a better combo, but it's not really them. It's the offensive line. They don't really have a great offensive line, Seattle. And their left tackle is out tonight. One of their guards is really struggling as of late. So everybody sort of looks at Darnold all the time, Scott. He doesn't have like a go-to ground game. He doesn't have like a stalwart offensive line. And all he has is JSN. Like, they don't have a lot of weapons, this offense. So my thing is, if they can get the ground game going and chew up some clock, they can win this football game, because Seattle's defense is damn good, Scott, as we just saw. Like, the Seattle Seahawks defense is by far one of the, it's the top 5 defense in the NFL. Like, they are not easy to move the ball on these guys.
Our pilot market play, this is a goofy one, Gabe. We always do this right around 24 past the hour number 1, right? I bring it up just because this is the dangers of the poly market and the prediction market, right? There was one today. How many gifts will Santa deliver in 2025? It's like, what? So they gave you a number, 7.9 billion, and you can bet more or less, right? So I say more, and you wager $100 to win 88 cents, which is mind-boggling on who would do that. But it's like, how are they calculating? I mean, who's coming up with the number? I mean, I hate to break it to kids, little kids.
So they're taking action on fictitious characters giving gifts now. So why don't we bet on like how many kids Snow White will have, Scott, now?
Yeah, it's just like, what? So, I mean, are there any rules on what they'll post? Or more importantly, is there anything that someone won't bet on? I mean, I could see betting on the weather and elections, but how many gifts Santa Claus will deliver?
Well, we were just talking about Seattle's ground game getting it going. They just got it going. Wow. Kenneth Walker looks like he was running against my Michigan Wolverines. When he was a Michigan State Spartan that day, and he ran for like 320 or whatever it was. But this is a pass play, for the record, for prop players out there. So, yeah, Sam Darnold, it was just a simple little dump off. Nice concede play. He sort of spun around. So a pass play to Kenny Walker turns into like, I don't know, like a 65, 70-yard gain. First and goal on the 5-yard line.
All right. I'll throw this at you. I'll temper the question a little bit. Obviously, the Seattle, at this point in the season, you need Seattle to win no matter what. But we know about the demons that Sam Darnold has. Would you be a little bit more concerned if Seattle won 16-13, Darnold has a lousy game, versus Seattle winning 30-24 and Sam Darnold throwing for 275 yards and 3 touchdowns? Is this kind of a showcase game? It is for me, for Sam Darnold. No?
No. Nobody's won more regular season games in the NFL in the last 2 years than Sam Darnold has. Right? So he's racked up a bunch of wins. He hasn't beaten the Rams. So I think it's being overblown a little bit. A lot of teams have sort of lost to the Rams. There's the touchdown, 7-0. Charbonnet.
Wow. All right.
Charbonnet, first touchdown of the game.
There you go.
This season is about coming together, sharing moments,
We're going to go with the over tonight.
and celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
They're doing a new show about a Japanese interpreter.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They're doing I don't know if it's a documentary or actors are in it.
It's got a.
I think it's a drama.
It's a real show.
It's like a scripted show?
Yeah.
About a Japanese interpreter?
Yes.
I wonder who's getting paid for that.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Super Bowl MVP, multiple Super Bowl chances there, Super Bowl championship as they got it. Nick Sirianni said on the radio, no chance that Jalen Hurts is going to be benched. But by the way, Jalen Hurts didn't play the last 3 games. I think the Eagles would be 3-0 in those games, though. Just saying, Joe.
Oh, wow. How the mighty have fallen. When the Eagles fans turn on their quarterback, it's getting ugly in Philly, folks.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe halfway through hour number 1. Pretty good betting opportunity right now. I'm a little surprised at the line movement, Gabe. The Seattle 1.5-point favorite or so entering the game. They score the touchdown. Zach Charbonnet 5 yards out. Nice little hand up right up the middle. And they got the line up to 6.5. That's a pretty, considering you're in the first quarter, if you like the Rams and are a little slow to the dial there, I'd rather have the Rams down 7-0 getting 6.5 than I would the Rams getting 1.5 in a 0-0 game. That's a 5-point jump's a pretty good jump there.
I can't believe it, to be honest with you. As you say, I agree with you. I'm amazed by this massive swing like this. And, it just went up to 7.5 for me.
Something has to happen on this kickoff.
Like how and I'm on Seattle, but how do I not want to buy back right now? And you guys know I rarely do this, but did they fumble?
I'm guessing they fumbled, Gabe.
I just looked up here. I was like, oh, my God, did he fumble? No, he didn't fumble because I saw Seattle.
No?
Seattle reacted very enthusiastically, but they're just so fired up after the tackle.
Right.
I'm jumping in on the 7.5 here, Scott. I'll just move to 6.5 for me. But, dude, this is Seattle aren't blowing them out. Seattle aren't blowing them out.
I mean, it's 7-0 first quarter, for goodness sake. It's not like the Rams have had the ball 4 or 5 times and they're doing nothing, and then Seattle scores and goes 7-0 and the boys in Vegas are like, well, we don't know.
And they moved the ball on the field.
They got it down to the 39-yard line.
So, watch. The Rams are going to score on this drive, and then suddenly it's going to be like, oh, my God, I can't believe it was 7.5 at one point. Yeah. It's still 6.5 right now. Yeah. I got in on it, and it's not moving. And, Scott, I don't understand this at all, bro. They just got 2 first downs in a row, and it's still 6.5.
Yeah.
Like, dude, they threw to Kua. They just picked up another first down in a running game. Like, I don't get it. Like, that's why that's wild. You know what?
They've been doing this a long time. We know when it shouldn't be the number. Whether you like the number or not, we know what the number should be. It should be around 4.5. You give you about 3, maybe.
Scott, I would make it 7.5. It was 14-0. Then I'd be like, all right, it's 7.5. It's 14-0. They're down. You know what I mean? Down a score type of deal here. Down 1 on the spread. They're making a big mistake. The Rams just picked up a massive chunk of play here again. They moved it to 5.5. I don't know, Scott, what we're missing here on this. And I'm on Seattle. I don't like middling games because, you get too cute here, but how the hell do we not in this game? Dude, what was the score when they played earlier this year? 21-19? Yeah. It's going to be a close game. Like, this is going to be a close game. It's not like Seattle are going to blow these guys out. What are you, crazy?
And that was 21-19 after it was, 21-3, right? They had a 3-touchdown lead in that game, and they still ended up being a one-score,
that was
one
Darnold throwing 4 picks, too. He threw 4 picks.
Yeah.
That was one of those. Yeah. Like the Seahawks, the Seahawks could have won. It's weird, though, isn't it, Scott, if you think about it?
Down to the 35.
They're
down
both
to the 35, and it's still 6.5.
They've already moved the ball down the field. You figure they'd be like, oh, boy, they're 2.5 right now. That they would move it again already. I'm amazed by that. I'm really amazed by this line. I'm amazed by the line, and I'm amazed that they're still not moving it.
Yeah. They're down to the 30, and it's still 6.5.
I got a 5.5 now?
Honestly, it can't
all right, I got to do it. Right, I got to do it again. I'm doubling up here. I got a 6.5. Now I'm going to go with a 5.5 here. All right, I'm in. They keep on accepting it.
Yeah, you're in a good position if they score, then they'll finally drop it, obviously, and then you go, you can hedge some of that on the other side with the 1.5 that no doubt will drop down to again.
We're in a third down situation right now. Total's at 44.5. I'm at a loss for words about this. I can't remember comparing this to anything, as far as in-game is concerned. It's bizarre. The only thing we can say is clearly the traders and the computer, you know what I mean? They sort of have a slant towards the team. I guess they
so good.
Yeah, and they believe without Adams, the power ranking has come down a little bit, right? They're not quite the same without Devontae Adams. The computer is seeing something here to make this 6.5. They just stopped them on third down. Looks like McVay wants to go for this. Dude, you're on the 30-yard line. Just kick the 47-yard line. See, this is why I told you I didn't do the long field goal. He's going for it. Why, Scott? McVay always does this. He does this early in games often. I'm telling you, McVay has gotten sort of weirder as the years go on. You figure, he's this genius guy. No, why are you going for this on 4th and 6? All right, they got it.
Doesn't because
they got it. Whatever. Oh, there's a flag on the play, though, so we'll see who the flag is on. He does this often, Scott. I saw him earlier this year, man. It was 4th and 7 from the 12 or something. And he didn't kick the field goal on the first drive of the game once. I'm like, what are you doing? Why do you do this?
I don't know what it is about these. They all just kind of are buying into the Dan Campbell mantra now. All of them.
I mean, you're playing Seattle. Sorry, Scott. You're not playing. It's we're playing. No, listen, we're going to need to score 50 points against this team. We're playing the Bills. Forget about the 3. We're going to need points.
Yeah.
You're playing Seattle. They can't score. They have one of the most pedestrian offenses in the league. What are you taking?
They couldn't get a touchdown against the Colts last week, for goodness' sake.
Yeah, exactly. So what are you pushing the envelope on your second drive for? I've told you this before about McVay. I brought this up. He gets frustrated early, Scott. He's like a gambler that goes, no, F this. We're going all in already. Dude, we only lost one bet. Calm down. You know what I mean? He's so mad about the first drive, Scott. He's literally he rages inside. You see him he's I can't believe we got stopped. So the next thing he's like, oh, yeah, we're going for it again. Like you said, it's that Dan Campbell gene in people now. They can't accept failure. They can't accept being told you're only getting 3. I don't understand it. They're like same-game parlay players, Scott. They need more all the time, these guys. They can't just bet a bet. They need more all the time.
To lotto tickets. You have a stack of lotto tickets over here, and you got the 10 scratch-offs over here. These coaches are going to take the 10 scratch-offs because they have to have the
analytics, scratch, analytics.
Scratch. I got to have that right now. I need to know right now what's going to happen. I need to have that touchdown, not the field goal.
I don't understand this, dude. They're first and goal on the 5, and it's still plus 3.5.
Something is goofy. Is there an injury that we missed?
No.
I mean, they're all out there. Nakua's out there. Stafford's out there.
I view this game as a pick-em. Right? The game should be a pick-em, so there shouldn't be this big of an overreaction. And the odds makers basically had it as a pick-em.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand is, think about it, Scott. We have 2 11-3 teams. The game was basically a pick-em. the line was an original sign of disrespect to Seattle, right? You're an 11-3 team, but we don't even think you're home favorites. Yeah, I mean, you should be -3 or something or 4 or whatever. But no, we don't see it that way. Now, Seattle's defense is balling. They got him in a third. They got him in a 3rd and goal here right now, and the clock is kind of ticking for the total. The total is at 44.5, which kind of feels high to me still, even though they're on the verge of scoring.
It's a big down. Does he?
You
go
know what?
for
I'll
a
ask you.
fourth down
Yeah,
here?
I was just going to ask you that. You know what? I say he will
He probably will. I wouldn't.
because he's
But
a nut
if he went
job.
for
I
it
wouldn't either.
before, Yeah.
Oh yeah, if he went for it from the 30, he's going to go for it from the 4 or
Or
something.
yeah.
Let's see if it comes up.
Maybe the down to the field goal, 47 yards.
Okay, well, now- Yeah, we got a 4th and goal coming up. He just caught it on literally the half-yard line.
they're definitely going for it then. If
And
it's
he's
at the
hurt.
half-yard
Who
line,
is this?
okay.
Like, Buddy's hurt for, is he getting up? That's not Nakua. Is that
It was on
Williams?
Parkinson.
No, it is Nakua. No, sorry, it's not Nakua. Nakua got up slowly, too. Everyone's getting up hurt slow here. Yeah, Nakua's like beat up after the catch, and there's a lineman is down now for the Rams.
Oof.
It's like the computer can read the future, Scott, that the Rams are going to lose all their players or something.
They're going to lose all their players on this
It's
drive.
like, oh, yeah, they're going to lose. Like, look, they got a big lineman down. Nakua's like limping off the field.
Next is
God.
going to be
Yeah, Stafford's going to get hurt
Matthew
next. We're going to be like,
Stafford's
how'd
gonna
they
be
know? How'd they know?
Yeah.
Huh? Like,
How did they know? Somehow they know. Well, you know, they score when we come back. Only goal.
This season is about coming together, sharing moments,
we're going to go with the over tonight.
and celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
They're doing a new show about a Japanese interpreter.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They're doing I don't know if it's a documentary or actors are in it.
It's got to.
I think it's a drama.
It's a real show.
It's like a scripted show?
Yeah.
About a Japanese interpreter?
Yes.
I wonder who's getting paid for that.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Super Bowl MVP, multiple Super Bowl chances there, Super Bowl championship as they got it. Nick Sirianni said on the radio, no chance that Jalen Hurts is going to be benched. But by the way, Jalen Hurts didn't play the last 3 games. I think the Eagles would be 3-0 in those games, though. Just saying, Joe.
Oh, wow. How the mighty have fallen when the Eagles fans turn on their quarterback. It's getting ugly in Philly, folks.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe. So we have a touchdown. They did decide to go for it, Gabe, but there is a penalty flag. So you're ahead of me. What do we got here? Is the touchdown good or no for the Rams?
Wow, and that's 4th down. You're right, Scott. That's 4th down. Of course, it happens during the break.
Naturally,
But yeah, that's 4th down. So touchdown taken off the board due to a penalty.
So you got to kick the field goal now.
They're setting the field goal unit out now. They are saying McVay's finally conceding defeat on this.
it's almost like, we don't want the points.
He's like, he doesn't have a choice now. Like, yeah, he's like, all right. Like, fourth. I'm almost surprised, Scott, he's not going for it from the 6, actually. I'm almost surprised. He's like, you know what? No, I'm not kicking a field goal here. We're going for it on fourth and goal from the 6. But you just saw the way he did it. He just sort of like, he didn't even look at them. He kind of just sort of like waved his hand like to the kicker, like, all right, go out there. Like, it must be funny being the kicker on this team, Scott, knowing that he doesn't want you at all.
Yeah.
Like you're standing there. Not that he doesn't like you personally, but you're like, you really like, he's only in a bad mood when he calls my name. Like I could just, the stories would be gold. Be like, yeah, I've got to stand next to him. And man, he gets mad. Like, and he tells me, all right, you're in.
It's like an offensive lineman. The only way you hear an offensive lineman is because of a penalty.
Yeah, if you're a kicker on McVay's team, he hates field goals, so you're thinking, man, I better make it, man, because this guy didn't even want to do this in the first place,
Yeah. I mean, I knew I should have went for it.
Yeah. I knew I should have went for it. I remember we said that the other day in a game. The coaches, it was Dan Campbell. Campbell was probably thinking, the one time I play safe when my kicker misses, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah. They had that look on his face.
I'm never doing this again. Yeah,
Don't even suggest
my way. My way from now on.
Yeah. I often wonder. Now, this was a penalty, illegal man downfield, right? And they had about 5 guys.
How do you screw up on a 4th and goal? You're on the 1 yard line. You're the Rams. No one's perfect. Huh?
You know what? I honestly, I have seen so many guys jump off sides. Legal procedure, for the offense. I think it's a conspiracy. I think the players are thinking the same thing. Like, we're not going to get this 4th and 5. Come on, guys. Like, someone jump off sides, make it 4th and 10, and make the decision for the head coach. And some guy will jump off side, and then it's like, all right, go ahead. I really believe that happens a lot.
It doesn't go over well. Like, you can't chance. It's amazing how little, like, in other sports, players will do their own thing all the time. Like NBA players will blow the coach off all the time. Like the coach will call a play and be like, yeah, everyone in the huddle is like, yeah. And they're all thinking like, we're not going to do this. Right. Like once we get on the court, I'm going to take the shot if I see it. Football, they don't. Remember, Eli Manning was a 2-time Super Bowl champion. He changed the play once on the goal line against the Cowboys and they didn't score. Coughlin wanted to like kill him. Like Coughlin was mad, like unacceptable. No one's ever done that to me before. Like Eli changed the play. He said, screw Coughlin. Let's do this. It didn't go over well. Like, guys, it does not work. Like, I don't think Tom Brady even doesn't do it to Belichick type of deal. Speaking of Belichick, Belichick's name is involved with the Jets coming back to the NFL.
Oh, no. Why would they want to do that? That thing ended
because they're the Jets and they're stupid and they're whatever, dude. They're the Jets.
I mean,
Jet fans get all excited like they did when they got Aaron Rodgers. Oh, this is now. I'm telling you, watch out.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to fire Aaron Glenn after 1 year. One of their guys, really? I mean, it's the Jets, right? Can't put anything. Past them.
That's the whole thing. That Glenn is supposedly out. That they are. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't see how Pete Carroll survives after a year either. How do you bring Pete Carroll back? How do you bring him back?
I told you,
it's like, dude, you're 74. Why you don't tarnish your reputation? They're like boxers, Scott. Yeah. We remember you as Pete Carroll, your national champion Super Bowl. Don't be remembered for like being like the 2-15 guy. Like, why? Like, do you miss it that much? Like, really? Like, it's humiliating.
They got a big, I mean, it sounds goofy to say, but they have a huge game next week against the Giants.
They lose. They should lose.
Whoever loses, whoever loses, is the number 1 team draft position-wise.
Would you take Mendoza if you're the Raiders? I would. You don't really have a choice. Like,
yeah, you have to, right? You have to.
Yeah. He's a good kid. Yeah, exactly. It's like, if we're wrong, we're wrong, but I don't see how you pass on it.
Kill us.
Yeah, I don't see how you pass. Exactly.
So
and think about it. You've got Ashton Genty. All right, now we got Mendoza. Now we got Brock Bowers. All right, we're building something here with younger guys now. You know what I mean? We're building something because they're just an effing mess, man. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are they doing? They're just a clown show.
And they're in the AFC West game. I mean,
Yeah, poor bastards. Yeah.
You know, I mean, you got to like really, you got to hit a home run, right? You're not going to win with Geno. I thought that would be halfway there. In fact, I just looked at some of my props. I don't know if I brought this up last night.
Oh yeah, I
don't
didn't
know
think
why.
they would be this bad. I thought they would be a
bet
7-8
the
win
over.
team, like nearly 500.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. You know, exactly
So-
mid tier. You know.
So, but they realize, I mean, you know, even though you're getting a little bit of a reprieve with Kansas City, but I think KC will be back. But Denver is obviously, that was no fluke last year. Chargers are always going to be good. That's a tough division. You have to bottom out and go for the home run with Mendoza and just hope he's the real deal, right?
And
So
get some
otherwise-
wide receivers as well, right? Just sort of stockpile, you know. But it's hard to have confidence. They often make the wrong decision. But yeah, there's a lot of could be a few coaching jobs up. I know we're coming up against the break. I guess we could hit the Xbox
Yeah, we'll get on the
Bowl.
other side.
The
Yeah.
Xbox Bowl.
That what it
So
is?
I'm assuming that every player got an Xbox console playing in this game, being in the
Some of
Xbox
these
Bowl.
kids, they probably already have them anyway, but yeah, they get probably that. I wouldn't doubt that, actually. I got a pretty good stat on Missouri State, and I got some under numbers that we'll pass along. But the update for football, it is still 5.5. Rams got the ball back. They stopped Seattle. A little 3 and out, or maybe one first down, but they're
I'm
down
surprised it's
17,
still
and they're
43 and a
getting
half. Feels pretty high. This is
Yeah.
a slugfest game, guys. If not for one big play from Walker, we wouldn't have any point. Like, it'd be 3-0 right now. Like, Seattle really hasn't done anything. They had a big pass play from a little screen play that turned into a big play.
Yeah. We'll look at the college football when we come back to the game live.
This season is about coming together, sharing moments,
We're going to go with the over tonight.
and celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
They're doing a new show about a Japanese interpreter.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They're doing like I don't know if it's a documentary or like actors are in it.
It's got to.
I think it's a drama.
It's a real show.
It's like a scripted show.
Yeah.
About a Japanese interpreter.
Yes.
I wonder who's getting paid for that.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Super Bowl MVP, multiple Super Bowl chances there, Super Bowl championship as they got it. Nick Sirianni said on the radio, no chance that Jalen Hurts is going to be benched. But by the way, Jalen Hurts didn't play the last 3 games. I think the Eagles would be 3-0 in those games, though. Just saying, Joe.
Oh, wow. How the mighty have fallen. When the Eagles fans turn on their quarterback, it's getting ugly in Philly, folks.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, we got some NFL, we got some college football as well. The Xbox Bowl down in Frisco, Texas. We got Missouri State team that shouldn't have been allowed in, but because they didn't have enough eligible teams, they allowed these single teams like Delaware yesterday. Same thing with Missouri State tonight. So 7-5 Missouri State taking on 6-6 Arkansas State. I will tell you, Missouri State's a 1.5-point underdog. Over/under is what, 54.5. Strong under trends if you want to use the regular season. Missouri State 8-3 under their last 11. Arkansas State 8-2 under their last 10 games. And Missouri State, here's the big number, 2-21 straight up as an underdog against Division 1A FCS teams. 2-21. Now, it's basically pick 'em. I wouldn't use that as a betting tool, but just to give you an idea. And then Arkansas State 5-2 straight up, 6-1 against the spread their last 7 games. So I'm just going to go with the under game. It's 4-0 under. Until we get some overs in here, the under is the way to go. You got the under trends on both these teams, and it's a halfway decent number, 54.5. So I'll go under 54.5. What about you?
I'm going to go with Missouri State in this football game. They're the better football team. Arkansas State won a bunch of one-point games. They were very lucky. Their offense has been very pedestrian and inconsistent. And they lost their coaching staff. All right? Their coaching staff split and aren't coaching in the game. He left for Coastal Carolina. It's always a tough spot. You know what I mean? You're in an interim situation. Their quarterback is playing, but Arkansas State are missing a bunch of players tonight as well. You get these teams. We saw it last night with Delaware. Although, truth be told, I think Lafayette could have won that game last night if their quarterback didn't get hurt. But if ends and buts, candies and nuts and all that. But with that being stated, Missouri State want this badly. They're worthy of being a bowl team, so it's not being handed to them. They're a 7-win team, right? They're a 7-5 football team, but normally you're not eligible to be in a bowl in your first year in FBS and stuff. But they waived that this year. I think they're gonna get it done. Arkansas State have a lot of flaws actually on both sides of the football. I think Missouri State is the team here, and I'm going to play the under as well, Scott. 4-0 to the under so far in these bowl games. Arkansas State's offense can't be trusted. Plus, these teams have been off now. It's just eventually we're going to get some overs, but didn't come close last night in the game that I thought could open up. It did it all. I don't think this one does either. I think Missouri State kind of win, 24-14 or 24-17 in that range. I think it only gets into the 40s.
Tell you what's amazing, Gabe. We're not even coming close to the overs. Not only are these games going under. Washington and Boise State 38-10. Okay, that came somewhat close. That was a touchdown shy.
No, that was the one. That was the one. That one, Boise had the ball too with like a minute and a half left, where it was like, all right, maybe you could score here. All right, the rain's really starting to come down in Seattle right now, but it's not stopping the Rams. For the record, I took Nakua over 9.5 Scott receptions.
He's got to get it.
He's already at 4 right now. So they just throw it. It closed at 7.5, so it's not like 9.5. It's not crazy. And I also even grabbed a little piece of his yardage prop just because he's whatever. They're throwing it to him on every play. 141.5 now. That's the number I got. What is it updated now?
Wow.
He's already at like 71.
74. Bandu's got 143.5.
So we talked about a lineman going down for the Rams. Looks like Dotson's done. They're taking him off to he's going to the room on a golf cart right now. So let the bodies hit the floor. It's a physical game. And it's the one thing, Scott, moving forward with the Rams, that people are sort of annoyed at them Super Bowl champs and all this. Not if you start losing players on a weekly basis, right? Things can change in a hurry, man, with an NFL team. You lose a couple of offensive linemen, wide receiver goes down. Look at the Packers. Like, the Packers are constantly battling uphill, losing players all the time. So we'll see if this Ram game is taking a toll so far. This game's taking a toll on the Rams so far early.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it's amazing, Gabe. Puka, all the attention was on him for all the things he said and everything else. And then obviously for football-wise with Devontae Adams being out, and he's still producing. That's when you're a really good wide receiver. When all the attention
Seattle knows the ball's going to him. They know it. They can't stop it. Yeah.
How did this guy, we talked about it in the break, how did this guy last until the 5th round? He's certainly one of the top 5 wide receivers in the game. What didn't they see?
That's why it proves the NFL. Like, when you hear draft experts talk about this, it's like, you guys don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You know what I mean? And anyone can draft in the first round. It's like it gets hard in the 4th and 5th, and the Rams are good at it.
Yeah. Amazing.
It's easy to draft in the first round.
This season is about coming together, sharing moments,
We're going to go with the over tonight.
and celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
They're doing a new show about a Japanese interpreter.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They're doing I don't know if it's a documentary or actors are in it.
It's got a.
I think it's a drama.
It's a real show.
It's like a scripted show?
Yeah.
About a Japanese interpreter?
Yes.
I wonder who's getting paid for that.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Super Bowl MVP, multiple Super Bowl chances there, Super Bowl championship as they got it. Nick Sirianni said on the radio, no chance that Jalen Hurts is going to be benched. But by the way, Jalen Hurts didn't play the last 3 games. I think the Eagles would be 3-0 in those games, though. Just saying, Joe.
Oh, wow. How the mighty have fallen. When the Eagles fans turn on their quarterback, it's getting ugly in Philly, folks.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2 of our 3.5 hour extravaganza. We'll be here until the end of the football game. Rams, just to update that real quickly before we move on, little NBA talk. Rams trying to score here. They have it field goal. Wow, how about that? You know what? The second time they were looking like they were going to line up to go for it on 4th and 2 from around the 6-yard line. They tried to draw them off sides. They couldn't, so they kicked the field goal. So 7-6, Seattle still leads. Still laying 3.5, over under 43.5. Decent little NBA slate. So let's bring in our good buddy Nick Hamady, who we hear from all the time. Nick, Scott, and Gabe, what's going on tonight, my friend? How are you?
How's it going, guys? Just actually watching a good Thursday night football game. It's rare. I'm enjoying it. Hoping the Seahawks can keep it close. It's probably the best game of the year so far in terms of competitiveness on a Thursday night.
What, did you have anything in the game? Did you like?
Going into the game, I was taking a peek at the over. My dad was telling me all week he thinks 42.5 is too low here. I looked into it probably the last 48 hours. It seemed low. This game started out a little bit hot. Puka Nacua continues to just dominate. The guy's absolutely unbelievable. And when you take a peek at both offenses, you would expect both of them to play into the 20s. So it seemed low to me, despite both teams having a good defense. I will say this, Sam Darnold with the bright lights is a little scary. So that could be factored in as well. But 42.5 seemed a little bit low to me heading into tonight.
It's really starting to come down there now. So when they just come back from a break. It's been pouring in the Pacific Northwest, and it always rains, but it's been raining. Like there's floods and they're setting, it rains a lot when they're setting records in Vancouver and Seattle for rain. Like it's raining now, but it doesn't seem to be stopping them. Like they're not getting stopped because of the rain. They didn't get held to field goals because of the rain there. But yeah, total for I see a 44.5 now. But guys, we were talking about the NBA Cup the other night, Scott, about I want to fade the Knicks, and what about fading the Spurs coming off the NBA Cup stuff, Nick? And lo and behold, here are the New York Knicks right now getting all that they can handle in this basketball game. 95-94 Knicks. They're up by 1 with 8 minutes left, and the Spurs are only up by 4 at the half on the Wizards.
Yeah, it's been a weird week. I was also the Hornets giving the Hawks a lot of problems. It's been a weird day. It's been a weird week. I'm actually going to kind of zero in tonight on a game that hasn't tipped off yet. I know you guys are watching OKC probably. OKC's, I think, headed into the half right now. I liked OKC's team total over tonight going into tonight's game. I'm actually taking a look at the Kings team total. This is rare, the under for the Kings. I'm not a huge under guy, but the Sacramento Kings are missing a lot of points right now with Zach LaVine being out, Sabonis being out. They were averaging 110.8 points with them in the lineup, 107.1 points with Sabonis out. I just don't see the Kings being able to, 114.5 is a pretty high total. That's expecting them to contribute to the team or to the game total here going into the 230s. I just don't see it happening. I think 114.5 is too much. The Blazers have Klingon back. They have Williams back to help defend what's already a depleted Sacramento roster. A really high game total adds to the point here of if the Kings aren't going to win this game, which I don't think they're going to, they're definitely not scoring over 114.5, barring an anomaly in this game, in my opinion.
I've noticed, Nick, with this Portland team, for whatever reason, the odds always seem a little off to what I'm thinking it's going to be. Like the boys in Vegas seem to like this team for some reason. They're sitting at 10-16. Maybe that's a little bit better than what I thought it would be, but are you surprised that even tonight -9? I mean, I know that the other team, like I said, is all banged up, but still almost a double-digit favorite for Portland.
I agree. I think that's kind of why. This number, I expected to be not interested in the Kings number because of a huge spread, but the total's so high as well. They're expecting an absolute shootout here. They're expecting the Portland Trailblazers to pour it on. I think a little bit to do with it is that they beat the Thunder earlier in the season, but they've had some bad losses and 10 wins. I don't know. I think 9 points for a Portland team is a lot against anybody. I'm with you on that one. That's kind of why I'm zeroed in more on the total on this one, kind of hitting the under there.
What about the over in the Laker Jazz game? It's a high number, but we know the Jazz don't play defense, and the Jazz like to run and gun. And then you got Phoenix and Golden State, guys. Technically, I mean, wow, right? That's a pretty good game right there. Phoenix have been a surprise this year, and they got Devin Booker back as well. What am I missing on that one? That's a pretty fun game there, Nick. I've been focused on the football, though. I can't lie, with the bowl and stuff, so I haven't really handicapped the NBA tonight, but I'm intrigued by over in the Laker game. And what do you think of that Phoenix Warrior game?
Yeah, I love the over in the Lakers game. I think that's a great pick. The Lakers play fast. The Lakers are a fun team, so I expect them to score fast on a team that, like you said, doesn't play much defense. That Suns game's interesting to me. I just went and watched – I went out to Golden State to watch the Wolves play Golden State. That Golden State team, that roster – it's not very good outside of a couple guys. It's very top heavy roster. I'm with you. Yeah, it's gotten to the point now where like when Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler aren't in the lineup, it's like, who are these guys? You're banking on Podziemski to have a big. It's not. It's
in Phoenix tonight too, guys. What am I missing on this? No respect for the Phoenix Suns.
I'm in Scottsdale. I was uninvited to this game last minute. My girlfriend will be at the game tonight. I was telling her all night, I think that this is going to be a fun game for the Suns. I think they're going to see a win. I don't understand why I think the Warriors opened as a favorite. I don't know if they closed as a favorite or if they're closing as a favorite right now. But like you guys just said, you got Devin Booker back. The Suns they've been exceeding expectations throughout the season already, and they're going up against a Golden State team that has been disappointing and seems like they're over the hump in terms of age, and all of the youth on that team is borderline terrible. So I'm going to stick with the Suns Nick. Tonight.
You know it. You're down there. The Suns last year, the last couple of years, they didn't care. Bradley Beal was like, I don't even want to get traded. I'm making $50 million. And like Durant is KD is KD. There was no intensity, right? They didn't have depth, but there's no intensity. You can't not help but have intensity when Dylan Brooks is on your team. Just point blank. He changes everything. Like he changes the attitude of other players.
It's crazy. I've never seen someone be ruder to the refs than Dylan Brooks up close. It's crazy. The guy, is so heated. Everybody hates him. Like everybody besides his own team hates him. But like you mentioned, it raises the intensity of the game. It gives them a competitive edge. And I would love Dylan Brooks to be on my team. I just hate going up against him. And when you get volume shooter Dylan Brooks on a Suns team that needs him to score, he's even more involved in the game than he was last year with the Rockets. I agree with everything you just mentioned. It's a competitive group. You got Devin Booker to hold it down on the offensive side, and they got role players that are a lot better than Golden State's. You just got to avoid a Curry flurry, and they should walk away with a home win tonight.
All right. I know you got some NFL props for this weekend, but let me go back to OKC for a second. You like their team total to start the game. They're at 64 at the half. They're giving you 124.5 for the game, so 61 more points. Do you still like it, or would you not play that right now?
I'd probably sit that one out just because the fourth quarter might slow down a little bit in this game, but I will stick with OKC. Looking at their team total over 116.5 for tomorrow night, they're going up against my Timberwolves. This game's being played in Minnesota. If Anthony Edwards plays, I would say to take a peek at the game over, but just to play it safe, 116.5 for an OKC team against a Wolves team that they're probably going to dismantle, especially the way the Wolves are on the worst 7-3 run I've ever seen from a team. The morale is low in Minnesota right now for the way that they've been playing. And before Jalen Williams even returned, they were already averaging 119.5 points per game, shooting 48%. Since he's been back, they're averaging 126. This team is insane. It's just not even fun at this point. You just got to hope Wemby goes on a crazy run or Jokic goes Jokic mode in the playoffs to knock these guys out, because I truly don't know, barring injury, if there's any other way to slow down an OKC team that is just an absolute train right now.
All right. We'll take a break. You got time? We'll bring you out for a second segment and we'll go through the NFL picks. This way we don't have to rush with you with that. We're talking with Nick Cavity. ZoneCoverage.com is the website. At the Real Tiny Nick is his Twitter handle, at the Real Tiny Nick. I'll tell you, they're in a break here. Rams got the football. They're down 7-6. Nice little punt return, so they're in pretty good field position at the Seattle 49-yard line.
And remember, they were plus 7.5. Which was wild when it was 7-0. They were plus 7.5. And here they are with the ball, 7-6.
Yep. 1.5 now.
This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
They're doing a new show about a Japanese interpreter.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're doing I don't know if it's a documentary or actors are in it.
It's got
I think it's a drama.
It's a real show.
It's like a scripted show?
Yeah.
About a Japanese interpreter?
Yes.
I wonder who's getting paid for that.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Super Bowl MVP, multiple Super Bowl chances there, Super Bowl championship as they got it. Nick Sirianni said on the radio, no chance that Jalen Hurts is going to be benched. But by the way, Jalen Hurts didn't play the last 3 games. I think the Eagles would be 3-0 in those games, though. Just saying, Joe.
Oh, wow. How the mighty have fallen when the Eagles fans turn on their quarterback. It's getting ugly in Philly, folks.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2, talking with Nick Hamity. Check out all his work, zonecoverage.com. Follow him on Twitter, at the Real Tiny Nick. So our game going on right now, still 7-6. Rams are driving. We'll keep you posted on that. Obviously, a bunch of games this weekend, Nick. You got a feel for, God bless you if you do, and it sounds like you do, Atlanta versus the Arizona Cardinals. What's your angle on that one?
Yeah, originally I was looking at the over in this game because 9 of the last 12 games that Jacoby Brissett has started in Arizona have gone over. But I decided I like something a little bit more than that. Whether the script goes positive or negative, I'm going to take a peek at Jacoby Brissett to go over 35.5 pass attempts. Brissett is 8-1 to the over this number, averaging 42.8 attempts in his 9 starts, which might shock you. The Arizona Cardinals are that desperate that they let Jacoby Brissett just drop back every single play. So I'm going to roll with that. And the Cardinals are extremely banged up at running back right now. They don't really have the option to be a dual threat. They should be forced to throw the ball no matter what. And we saw Kirk Cousins the last couple weeks. He's getting it back on the rails here. I think Kirk Cousins is going to push them on either way this game goes to have to keep up and score enough points. I think Jacoby Brissett is going to have to throw the ball often.
You know what's wild, guys? No one cares about people's fantasy football problems or leagues and stuff like that. But nevertheless, so I'm in. I got a bye last week, so I'm I guess the semifinals here, so it's getting real here. I got Dak Prescott as my quarterback, Nick. I'm like, damn, he's playing the Chargers this week. I think I'm going to go with Jacoby Brissett. It's ballsy, like benching Dak Prescott. And I'm going to go with Brissett.
Yeah.
But you just said it, Nick. Brissett has been a fantasy and a prop monster, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, because with a negative script or a positive script, whatever he has to do, he either has to throw from behind or throw to score points. But the Cowboys are kind of the same thing there. I mean, I talk about it on my podcast, Tiny Nick's Giant Picks, pretty much every week. Dak Prescott overs, CeeDee Lamb's over, CeeDee Lamb's overs, George Pickens overs before the wheels fell off on whatever happened to him. You can't really go. You got 2 great fantasy quarterbacks with Jacoby Brissett and Dak Prescott. I'm not going to tell you to ever bench Dak Prescott, even though he's going up against a team where I think the Cowboys would be lucky to get out of that game with a win.
It's more of a gut feel type thing. They're both projected to have the same amount of fantasy points, like 18 and 19 type of stuff. But Chargers have that stingy secondary, man. I just got a quick question. We'll get to the NFL again. I got a quick question for you, Nick, because I know you love the WNBA and stuff, and you bet on it all. I'm getting fired up for this Unrivaled League, right? And for the record, the WNBA players today just authorized a strike. Doesn't mean they're going on strike, but they basically gave the veto, like the power of attorney said, we'll go on strike. We're not accepting this type thing. Touchdown Rams. Ferguson. For the touchdown player props. I know a lot of people were talking about Davenport. Terrence Ferguson.
Watch them go for 2.
Seattle, man, they can't beat this team. Like, they scored that first touchdown without that big play to Kenneth Walker. They got nothing, guys. Darnold's getting sacked. And no one's open. They can't run the ball. Seattle, I thought maybe, a lot of telltale signs last week against Indy that they couldn't score a touchdown, but it's carrying over this week. But I was going to say the Unrivaled Basketball League, guys. I'm going to be betting on this. And you got Cameron Brink, Rakia Jackson, Kate Martin on one team, the Breeze. There's a lot of good players in this league. I can't wait to start betting on this stuff. It starts in the first week of January.
I think I also saw, and this is detrimental to my betting and my overall WNBA experience because she's my favorite player, but I think Asia Wilson is pregnant. Is that true?
Or yes, she is.
So if Asia Wilson's out this year, that's a big breadwinner away from me. I put a lot of bets on Asia Wilson and the Aces this year.
Yeah, what about that? Can she play when she's pregnant up to a couple of months? How does that work? I've never really gotten into this stuff before.
We had Serena. Wasn't Serena Venus play when she was pregnant with tennis? But I don't,
Serena's tough. She'd play the day she's having a baby.
Season.
But I don't. You know what I mean? But I thought the same thing. I'm like, did you guys plan this around? Remember, there was the famous story with Becky Hammond. She lost it when she found out someone was pregnant on the team once. Said, "What do you here to have babies or win championships? You're cut. I'm trading you."
Yeah.
And they were like, not very good of a women's league to berate a woman for getting pregnant, but Becky Hammond's ice. She's like, this is not for the good of Las Vegas Aces.
Little extra wrinkle. You got a handicap, right, in women's sports.
It's tough when you're the best in the world at something to take any break at all.
So who's the second star on Las Vegas? Yeah, who's the star? I know, and who's her husband? He's in the NBA. She's pregnant with an NBA player. He gets to keep playing. This is like he's got no problems.
They got a deep roster. They got Chelsea Gray.
What can I tell you?
Lloyd.
Yeah, so now the new props will be coming up. Yeah, but the Unrivaled League, Scott, all that Caitlin Clark's not playing, but dude, they got heavyweights in this league. Like Beckers and Cameron Brink are on the same team and stuff. It's 3-on-3. There's lines on it. It's going to be fun stuff to bet on.
Yeah. WNBA better watch out.
Speed,
Nick. I mean, they're susceptible for whether it's this league or whether it's
they make more money in this league, Scott. They do in the WNBA. Paige making like $3 million to play in this.
I mean, it's the WNBA's at that point where they better step up and accept the fact that they're going to lose money or they're going to lose their league. And just
they got
bank
a little
on
bit of, it's like the golf situation, Scott. It's a little bit like the golf situation where something might have to give here if you don't want to lose a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, but they really don't get paid much.
That sucks.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the college football.
7-0 Arkansas State. Midway through the first, though, so at least it's not a trap.
Midway through. Yeah.
Going back to that Cowboys game, I do like a couple other props on that game because I don't think the Cowboys are going to win that game. Which I don't understand how the Cowboys are a favorite in that game to begin with. I think that's going to swing. I think by the end of it, they will be a dog. But I'm looking at Amari and Hampton to go over 11.5 receiving yards. There's obviously a deep timeshare in the backfield in LA. But this is the perfect game to get Hampton back to his pre-injury passing game role. They're going up against a defense that's terrible. The Cowboys defense has been bottom ranked in everything all season. They got it together for a couple weeks. But I don't expect them to be able to keep anybody down. This is a game where role players are probably going to be utilized to get back on track, especially for a Chargers team that, like I said, I think is going to win this game.
And real quickly, you like Darren Waller for the Dolphins, despite the backup quarterback.
Darren Waller loves to come in and have huge games randomly. Benching Tua shouldn't hurt him at all. It should actually help. Look at Darren Waller to have a big game.
Nick Kemp, as always, really gets so big.
This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
They're doing a new show about a Japanese interpreter.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're doing like I don't know if it's a documentary or like actors are in it.
It's got
I think it's a drama.
It's a real show.
It's like a scripted show?
Yeah.
About a Japanese interpreter?
Yes.
I wonder who's getting paid for that.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Super Bowl MVP, multiple Super Bowl chances there, Super Bowl championship as they got it. Nick Sirianni said on the radio, no chance that Jalen Hurts is going to be benched. But by the way, Jalen Hurts didn't play the last 3 games. I think the Eagles would be 3-0 in those games, though. Just saying, Joe.
Oh, wow. How the mighty have fallen when the Eagles fans turn on their quarterback. It's getting ugly in Philly, folks.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Thanks again, Nick Hamady, for joining us. ZoneCoverage.com. The Real Tiny Nick is his Twitter handle. Check him out on Twitter at The Real Tiny Nick. So we're at the 2-minute warning, relatively fast-moving first half here, right? Seahawks just get out of a 3rd and long. They got the first down here, so they have it right around midfield, down 13-7. And like I said, we're at the 2-minute warning there. Point spread wise, Rams are 2.5-point favorites. Over under is 44.5. And in the college football game, 7-0 midway through the first quarter. Missouri State's got the ball at the Arkansas State 37. I was a little wondering why the over-under was 55.5 still, but that's why, because they're driving. So, but Arkansas State now laying 6.5, and like I said, the over-under at 55.5, Gabe.
Yeah, you know what? Still early in this game. I don't expect this to turn into a track meet, so I wouldn't be chasing the over right now. We've already played 10 minutes in this game. One thing as well with these sort of lower tier teams, generally their field goal kickers suck, right? As well.
Right.
So there's a lot of times you get these drives, you don't get anything out of it after, and you eat up 6-7 minutes. So you can never assume, oh, yeah, they're on the 30 or 35, they're going to score. So, you know what? This is kind of a toss-up game, Scott. I'm looking forward to starting to get into some of the other ones next week, right? Every bowl game is a tough bet. All bowls have always been tough. It is what it is. But these are like, real midweek type of tough games, man. The Arkansas States,
like
the
the MAC.
Delawares of the world. Yeah, it's like we're betting the Conference USA MAC games on Tuesday and Wednesday. What's different, right?
The first couple of them were like, oh, this is great. Yeah, we got football on Tuesday and Wednesdays. And then when you have a couple of losers, then it's like, who the hell knows? Akron versus Toledo. Give me a real
What do we got
team.
tomorrow? There's 2 of them tomorrow, right? Well, we got the real one tomorrow night, but we got in the afternoon.
We got the real one tomorrow.
So we got you know what, though? Kennesaw State have been hell of a story this year. Hell of a story, Scott. And I tell you what, this team has been a covering machine, man. I've been talking about them a lot, if you don't remember. Yeah, I talked a lot about Kennesaw State this year. They lost their first – by chance, I saw them play their first game of the year. It's when you know you're a degenerate. I can swear to put me on a lie detector test. No, you didn't. I'd be like, yeah, I did, actually. I watched I had the CW network, Scott. I was flicking around. I'm like, nice. Oh, Wake Forest versus Kennesaw State. And I'm watching. And I was like, wow, it's 10-9 only. So, Kennesaw State lost by 1 only at Wake Forest in week 1. So they sort of caught my eye. I was like, these guys are pretty good, actually. And then they got lit up by Indiana the next week. Whatever, everybody. But it was good that they played Indiana. It toughened them up. And then they covered 7 weeks in a row. They just went on this tear. They ended up losing. They lost. They stumbled once late, but they're the champs. They ended up winning the conference championship, Scott. So you got Kennesaw State +3 against Western Michigan here. I don't really know. Western Michigan, the MAC champions. The game, I don't really get the number. I'm going to go with Kennesaw State in this game. And you got Memphis and NC State as well at 5:30 Eastern. Starts early, 11 o'clock on the West Coast, 2 o'clock Eastern. Where is that Western Michigan game?
That's in Conway, South Carolina. So that's an 11 a.m. Eastern time start tomorrow. So if you're going to get in on that, bet it tonight or, get up relatively early. That's 11 game.
8 o'clock Pacific. You're right, 11 Eastern. Yeah, 11 Eastern.
Yeah. And then the other one, the Memphis, North Carolina State, that's at 2:30 Eastern time. So they want to absolutely make sure these games are
in Florida.
Yeah.
They're taking no chances. In case it goes to triple overtime.
Yeah.
Then, the 8 o'clock Eastern. They'll probably kick off at about 8:08, 8:10 type thing tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll come on. We'll give our picks off the top.
Yeah. We'll have plenty of time, I'm sure. So, and then
Oklahoma,
really that starts. That starts the decent run.
And then looking forward.
I'm a little surprised.
Then
I'm
you
a little
sort of
surprised at that.
Monday afternoon, you got one game. Monday afternoon, you got Monday Night Football again. You got Monday afternoon, right. Washington State and Utah State. And then sort of Tuesday, it unleashes. That's when it sort of starts here. So Tuesday, we got Toledo, Louisville, Western Kentucky, Southern Miss, UNLV, Ohio. Should be noted, guy, the Ohio Bobcat coach. It's like a TV show. Who's going to sleep with a student or do something inappropriate first with a college football coach? I'm going to trademark that idea. That's Morency's idea. Reality show. We're going to put a bunch of college football coaches in a house with a bunch of co-eds and see who gets divorced first. But maybe the Ohio coach just got fired.
Maybe Polymark and the Council will put a bet up on that.
Next coach to impregnate Stafford.
Yeah.
This season is about coming together, sharing moments,
We're going to go with the over tonight.
and celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
They're doing a new show about a Japanese interpreter.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're doing I don't know if it's a documentary or actors are in it.
It's got to.
I think it's a drama.
It's a real show.
It's like a scripted show?
Yeah.
About a Japanese interpreter?
Yes.
I wonder who's getting paid for that.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Super Bowl MVP, multiple Super Bowl chances there, Super Bowl championship as they got it. Nick Sirianni said on the radio, no chance that Jalen Hurts is going to be benched. But by the way, Jalen Hurts didn't play the last 3 games. I think the Eagles would be 3-0 in those games, though. Just saying, Joe.
Oh, wow. How the mighty have fallen. When the Eagles fans turn on their quarterback, it's getting ugly in Philly, folks.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe approaching halftime with the Rams leading the Seattle Seagirls, as I like to call them, 13-7. Seattle driving. And Cooper Kupp, just running down the middle of the field and gets hit and whips the ball, drops the ball, fumbles the ball. Rams recover. So they got 43 seconds to work with right here. We'll see what they do, anything. But at halftime, as we normally do, let's bring in SportsGrid host. You see it here all the time, Mr. Tom Vecchio. What's going on, Tom? How are you tonight? And how are things going for you with this football game?
I'm doing well. The game is a little bit up and down for me personally. I did play both Charbonnet and Walker for a touchdown. They were both sitting at plus 180, plus 185, wherever it was. And I was hoping just to get one to the window. Got there with Charbonnet getting through. However, Colby Parkinson, big donut from him so far at halftime. 0 yards, had him over 38.5. So I need him to step up in the second half.
13-7, Rams and Seattle. Did you see this playing out this way? If you didn't have a dog in the fight, the numbers right now, which is most important for the people, Rams laying 4.5, over under 40.5.
I got to say, I think it's the Rams. And I leaned on the under in this game. I didn't like the 42.5 number because it opened at 46 and it dropped down to 42. Obviously, there's some weather concerns as that incompletion by Stafford down the field. I'm mad that I missed the best number. That's what it comes down to. So I like the 46.5. I missed it, so I'm not betting the 42.5. But right now, it's got to be Rams minus 4.5. When you look at the yardage discrepancy, they have moved the ball all the way downfield multiple times, and they had to settle for field goals. So to me, that's saying they're doing things well, but there are points left on the table. They could be up 20-7 right now or 21-7. So I think the Rams are going to continue to cruise.
Doesn't look good for Seattle, as you stated. Like the Rams have sort of, Seattle scored on that first drive, but they can't move the ball, right? I mean, they scored because they had that big flash play to Walker on the first drive. Nice little screen play, turned into a big play. Walker saved them on the 3rd and long on the rush. There's been no continued success for Seattle's offense in this game, Tom. Right?
There really
it's been a big play here from Walker, big play there, and then all right, you had one little big play to Cooper Kupp here, and then he fumbled the ball. And that's an NFL high 12 fumbles for the Seattle Seahawks as a team this year. So everybody's down, Darnold. Well, 12 fumbles as a team. this year, the most in the NFL. And I know it's cliche to say, Tom, but this offense isn't built to come back. Like,
it really isn't.
If they're down double digits.
And I would say it's partially due how effective the Rams have been on the ground with both Blake Corum and Kyron Williams. And we saw a little bit of this last week with Jonathan Taylor. And that's obviously a little bit different. The Colts have a very specific game plan that they went into that, like, hey, we have to run the ball, Phil Rivers, et cetera, et cetera. But like Corum and Kyron Williams, they're breaking up chunk plays. They're picking up 4, 5, 6 yards every time that they're touching the ball. They're going to halftime now. But to your point, Gabe, if the Rams get out and score again, I know Seattle gets the ball to start, but if the Rams get out and score again, 20-17, I don't know if the Seahawks have it in them to come back. Like, they have trounced teams at home, but they also play the Saints at home. They've also played
bad teams.
And they get up by 2 scores.
Here's the thing, guys. I brought this up often this week. The Seahawks, I saw an interesting thing. The Seahawks have played 3 teams with a winning record this year in the NFC and lost all 3 games.
Okay.
San Francisco, Tampa Bay, and the LA Rams. Think about that, Scott. Yeah, the 3 teams with a winning record. They beat someone with a winning record in the AFC. But if this is college football and we're looking under the hood of quality of wins and all that, Seattle's falling short.
Right. Yes. The AFC team would be the Steelers that they beat in week 3 or 4.
That's right.
Because
the guy on the Steelers was an idiot and touched the ball in the end zone, if you remember. Right. He didn't pick it up.
Right. And that touchback. So, and this is part of what a lot of people, look at, and maybe the same thing can be said about the Patriots and other teams. Like, beating up on bad teams is the expectation. And then when you play a good team, you're going to struggle. Like, that's a concerning sign.
But to be fair, right, as we always are here on the grid, they beat Jacksonville. Yeah. They beat Jacksonville. They beat Houston, and they beat the Colts. 3 winning teams. They may not have been winning teams at the time, but
they caught Houston early in the season when they were beat up. I'm not. I'm just saying, there's sort of, But the one thing, Seattle have been a very good East Coast team. Like, there's one of these deals. Like, they're literally like 12-2 or whatever, like going on the East Coast recently. But they're not great at home. They've lost this 12th-man thing because the offense just drains the stadium, guys. I've been in there. Like, the fan base gets fed up, and it wears on the defense because they're on the damn field all the time.
We're seeing the time of possession discrepancy. What was it? 31 to 11 plays ran whenever they flashed that graphic. There's a huge differential. And again, if the Rams continue to break off these long 9, 10, 11 play drives, and it's going to be Kyron Williams and Blake Corum breaking off runs, I'm not sure the clock and the score differential, none of that plays into the favor of Seattle.
What's JSN done?
He's got
nothing.
No catches. God. He has 1 target, but no catches.
0.
Yeah. What's his number?
50.5 is the yardage. And receptions, 3.5.
I mean, if he falls under 50 yards, if he falls under 50 yards, the Rams are going to be covering that live 4.5 number. If they don't get him involved, Seattle's cooked.
Wow. Cooper Kupp from a bet. So what do you guys think? I'll rattle them off. Let me know if you guys like it. I'm looking at Cooper Kupp. He fumbled, but you know Darnold's going back to him. He's got 2 catches. His prop is 3.5 right now, but it's minus 160. Smith-Njigba, 0 catches. His prop is 3.5, minus 140. Kenneth Walker, 1 catch. It's another thing. You had the 1 catch for like 60, 70 yards, whatever. Why don't do it again? They didn't do it again. It's 2.5 plus 170. Rashid Shaheed, nothing, Tom. 1.5 plus 105 to the over. And Charbonnet doesn't really catch passes out of the backfield. He's 0.5 minus 105. What do you – and Darnold is 202 right now. 202 and a half.
72.
Yeah, he's at 72. What do you think about Seattle's numbers? Do you
I don't like any.
I would say Kupp.
I don't mind Kupp. Here's the thing. The Seattle ran a play action to A.J. Barner to start the game on that first pass that Darnold made. You had the completion to Ken Walker. You had the pop pass to Cooper Kupp in the red zone. And then you had the Cooper Kupp catch there. Those are the only 4 catches in the entirety of the first half for Seattle. The fact that we can name them on one hand is insane for Seattle. So
how is this team the 1 seed? This is wild.
If they can't get JSN involved, Seattle's going to lose this game by 20 points if JSN doesn't get involved.
And
I said they're both 11-3, but it doesn't feel like they're equal 11-3s. Like, we all know the Rams are better than they are, but they're both 11-3.
Right.
Yeah. How much you laying on the plate of Sam Darnold? If and it's only a one-score game, but if they were to lose, Tom, how much is this Sam Darnold?
This is what I talked about with Donnie this morning. Like, it depends on how they lose. Like, if Sam Darnold comes back and he throws for 200 yards and he has a touchdown, and no interceptions, it's like, well, he kind of did enough. The running game was good enough. Well, it's the defense's fault. It's like not the thing that I think thought I would be blaming would be the defense for Seattle. But if Sam Darnold plays well in a losing effort, it's like, well, the fumble's not his fault. To Gabe's point with Cooper Kupp, the defense not being able to stop runs is not his fault. So if he goes out there,
and the offensive line is not giving him any time at all.
So
Let's be real.
I would say it depends on how they lose or how they win. Like if they when they won the or almost won the game a couple weeks ago,
guys. It's not
and he
Darnold.
threw 4 picks. Like you could say it's nice to win that game, but like Sam Darnold looked terrible. So if he comes out and throws for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns and they still lose, I'm like, well, it's not Darnold's fault.
How does the Jigba only have one? Forget about the receptions. If you're covered, whatever. He's only got 1 target. How do you go into a game? Yeah, and your best receiver by far, and you're only trying to get him the ball 1 time?
Unacceptable. That's just the answer. It's like no matter how good the defense is, no matter how much coverage they're giving him, you at least try to get him the ball to show the defense that you're going to try, and then therefore they have to continue to shift coverage, and then that will open up other things.
Yeah. Like Nakua's got the 6 targets for 4 receptions, and there's just as much attention on him. Well, talk with Tom Becky aboard when we come back in Game Live.
This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
They're doing a new show about a Japanese interpreter.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're doing I don't know if it's a documentary or actors are in it.
It's got a.
I think it's a drama.
It's a real show.
It's like a scripted show?
Yeah.
About a Japanese interpreter?
Yes.
I wonder who's getting paid for that.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Super Bowl MVP, multiple Super Bowl chances there, Super Bowl championship as they got it. Nick Sirianni said on the radio, no chance that Jalen Hurts is going to be benched. But by the way, Jalen Hurts didn't play the last 3 games. I think the Eagles would be 3-0 in those games, though. Just saying, Joe.
Oh, wow. How the mighty have fallen. When the Eagles fans turn on their quarterback, it's getting ugly in Philly, folks.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. It is In-Game Live, game day here on a Thursday evening, highlighted by a little NFL, a little college football as well. We'll span the globe here, talk a little hockey with Tom as well. But the final thoughts on Rams and Seattle as we get set to start the second half. Still a few minutes away. Rams will kick off to start the second half. They're 4.5. Over-under is 39.5. Generally, Tom, the thing you do In-Game Live is, right, you go to the losing team, you go to their quarterback, and you play their props or the receiving props. We talked about the receivers. How about Sam Darnold, 72 yards. We touched on him before the break. They're giving you 201.5. It's only a 1-score game. Stafford's at 167 already. Yikes. They're giving it 265.5 there. But any interest in Darnold, about 130 yards in the second half?
I think so. Like, I think that has to be the right play. And, obviously it depends on what you have in pocket, but, he has to be putting up this performance. We saw Jared Goff, who I don't know how we want to compare him, Goff to Darnold, but like we saw Jared Goff throw, 220 in the first half alone versus the Rams. And it may get to the point where the Rams are simply playing a soft prevent defense if they do get out and score. So give me Darnold scoring, yards, I should say.
Big drive here for them, man. Big drive for Seattle. Like they cannot afford. Seattle cannot afford to fall behind by double-digit points. This game's going to be done for them. That's when the interceptions will come into play for Darnold, right? When he has to throw the football. So Seattle's defense have done their job. Right, it's up to their offense, but there were red flags last week, Tom, in which they couldn't score a touchdown against the Indianapolis Colts. Right, you can only. It's too simple. You talked about their offense. It's just the play calling is just too damn simple, and the other teams know what's coming all the time.
They really do. I will say, Kyren is 49 yards right now. His prop is sitting at 76.5. The 76.5 to me seems a little bit light.
Wow, that was only 55.5. I bet it before the game. I gave it on the show, Tom. Did you like that today? Man, the guy's gone over this in like 7 of his last 8 games.
I did like Kyren. I also like Blake Corum. I never got to the window on Blake Corum, and I'm kicking myself about it because I thought about it all week, and then I went back and forth. Like, do I like Corum?
He's been hot, too.
36.5, 37.5. He has 37 now. But, if we do see Seattle come out and punt to start, they go 3 and out or wherever it might be, Kyren and Corum are just going to continue switching off drive after drive, and one of them is going to get to 80 or 90 yards. And I think they'll both be in great spots. So I would look to Darnold passing, and I would look to Kyren over at this point, 76.5.
All right. The odds are next to nil if Seattle loses this game, Tom, that they would win the division. So that means they're going to be a wild-card team, which means they're going to have to win 3 games on the road. They are 15-2. We talked about how good they're 15-2. Their last 17 road games, and Gabe, to your point, they've won 8 straight 1:00 games, so they have no problem coming back east. But do you put
it would be Carolina or Tampa. That's who it would be. Carolina or Tampa. Who wins dead serious. It'd be 5-4, right? So that's who they would have to play.
So if it stays that way,
they would win most likely.
I don't know.
I think
Carolina.
It would be what, Tampa -3 at home? Because it wouldn't go past 3.5. Everyone would be buying into Seattle at that point. Tampa 2.5, 3, I think would be that line. And
1.5 type thing.
I think Seattle would be favored or pick them.
Really?
I think it'd be Tampa 1.5, like basically exactly. I don't think it would be Tampa. I think people would jump on Seattle too much, and Seattle would be favored at Carolina.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yep.
So
and Seattle -2.5 on the road versus Carolina, I could totally see that. And to your point, what you asked before, Scott, is like, what are our expectations, or how would we view Seattle and Sam Darnold? Like, I think the public perception of him has the potential to go to an all-time low, right? Like, can't win in the playoffs last year. He struggles against the Rams. Can't win another big game. This, that, the other thing. And I will say,
PTI's writers are working on it already.
Right. Like, I will say, I think there's a buy low spot on Seattle. If they do get to the playoffs, people are like, they can't win the game. But Seattle on the road as a slight underdog or slight favor, like, I wouldn't mind that depending on the matchup. If it's going to be Carolina or Tampa, like, that seems like a pretty good spot.
Someone brought this up on the podcast. The likelihood of this happening is small, but if the Rams were to be the number 1 seed and host the NFC Championship game, and the Chargers win the AFC, and keep in mind that they beat Denver, so they're 2 behind, but in reality they're 1 behind because they would win the head-to-head tiebreaker if they beat Denver. So then we fast forward and say they host the AFC Championship game. They both play in the same stadium. What would they do?
I mean, people have always brought this up, like what would happen. I normally they like to have the games on the same day, right? They always like to have the games, Saturday or Sunday, Sunday 1, Sunday 4, so the teams have equal amount of rest. They would have to either do a Saturday, Sunday, or I don't think they would want to do Monday. It also comes down to the TV deals, but it would have to be 2 separate days. There's no way.
They would go early, late. You know what I mean? 1 o'clock,
1 and
8 o'clock. You know
No,
what I mean? Yeah.
but eight would it be 8 because the time difference? You can't do one local.
You know
can't
what,
do 8
though?
local because it's 11 p.m.
That's true.
Eastern.
Did
Yeah,
they
you're
have
right,
to?
You could do it.
Right.
You could do 1 and 8 if
know,
it was an East Coast team.
They would
Call up
have
San
to come
Diego?
up as well. Nah, but they would have to come up with generic field. So that's one thing right there. It'd be like, listen, if we're gonna do this, they can figure it out, but you can't
Coliseum?
be painting end zone. You can't be
I think it would just be Saturday, Sunday.
You can't be. Yeah, exactly. You do a Saturday night, Sunday night, whatever. Like you can't paint like the field that quickly. Like you couldn't change
True.
the end zones and the logos. So you'd have to say, listen, we're putting an F in NFL logo in the middle of the field, right? And the end zones are going to be generic.
That's fair, but it's a good point. It's like what happens, like a team playing in their home stadium for the Super Bowl. It's like a home field
The
advantage.
Chargers are not making it. The Chargers will not end up hosting the AFC Conference Championship game.
Yeah.
It's also
They
true.
have the same situation here in New York.
This
with
is
the
like
Jets and
debating-
Giants, but the chances of that happening are
Never.
You don't even. Yeah,
Hey,
you don't even bring that up. Right?
You want to start debating and looking at the Buffalo Sabres making the playoffs? And, well, I don't know. They
Ooh.
see Metallica playing in the arena. Then, it's like let's not
Don't worry about
let's
that.
not yeah, you know what though? Teams do that. The Vancouver Canucks a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
Tom, had so little confidence in their team. Buddy booked like a rodeo, like a motorcycle
in
rally.
May,
Taylor Swift
May
in
and
his
April
arena.
and June.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And they were like, it was in the middle of the playoffs, and they kind of secretly like, we didn't think we were going to make the playoffs. You know?
Yeah. So, great job, man. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Of course.
This season is about coming together, sharing moments,
We're going to go with the over tonight.
and celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
They're doing a new show about a Japanese interpreter.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They're doing I don't know if it's a documentary or actors are in it.
It's got to.
I think it's a drama.
It's a real show.
It's like a scripted show.
Yeah.
About a Japanese interpreter.
Yes.
I wonder who's getting paid for that.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Super Bowl MVP, multiple Super Bowl chances there, Super Bowl championship as they got it. Nick Sirianni said on the radio, no chance that Jalen Hurts is going to be benched. But by the way, Jalen Hurts didn't play the last 3 games. I think the Eagles would be 3-0 in those games, though. Just saying, Joe.
Oh, wow. How the mighty have fallen. When the Eagles fans turn on their quarterback, it's getting ugly in Philly, folks.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game day here on the grid. Just watching Kenneth Walker go 50 yards or so for a touchdown once again during the break. What else is new? And let's just like that, Seattle has got a lead. Simple little off-tackle handoff that goes for 50 yards, outraised the defenders, Gabe. So 14 with the extra point, 14-13 now. Seattle has the lead, back to being a 1.5-point favorite. Over-under is 46.5. And then the college football real quickly, this might be the day where the unders stop. 17-7 all of a sudden, early second quarter. So they had a deluge of points being scored late in the first quarter. 17-7, 9.5. Arkansas State leads, by the way. And the over-under there is 65.5. So maybe the streak of the unders 4-0 is ending in college football, unfortunately. But Seattle gets a big play. Kenneth Walker having a monster game so far tonight. You got to look at his props.
Kenneth Walker has been a one-man wrecking crew tonight. He has kept the Seattle Seahawks in this football game. First score of the game was a big catch that he, was a little dump off that he turned into a, how many yards? 55 yards run down the field after a little dump off from Sam Darnold. You look at Darnold's numbers, 5 for 7 for 79 yards. 55 of them, Scott, on that one play. So we take that play out. So he's 4 for 6 for 24 yards if we take that 55-yard play away. And he had one play to Cup that picked up. Like, they really haven't had any sustainability. It's been a couple of flash plays from Walker. Sorry, it was 46 on the reception, and his run was just 55. So he's got a 55-yard run and a 46-yard reception. Kenneth Walker up to 90 yards rushing right now for you prop players, 46 yards receiving. And Kenneth Walker, he was on Wake Forest originally in his college career. Then he transferred to Michigan State before the portal era and stuff. This is like the older days. And I remember, like, Michigan State played Michigan, and he lit Michigan up, man. Like, he ran, I don't know, I can look it up. It was like 300. It was a record. Like, it was a record against Michigan. No one had ever run for that much against Michigan, but it was high. It wasn't an NCAA record, but let me see. I don't know. It was like 330. It was stupid high. 285. What a Kenneth Walker versus Michigan. It'll pop up right away. This kid's a stud. Like, he's an elite running back, but their offensive line isn't very good, and he's injury prone. That's been his problem, Scott. It sort of keeps him from. And another thing is, normally he doesn't really catch passes. Like, he doesn't have great hands, doesn't catch passes all that much and stuff. But he is freaking explosive, as we see tonight. He's having a monster game tonight, man. Like, he can't ask much more from an offense that's done nothing tonight, that they're somehow winning 14-13 right now.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I know it's early.
Sorry, 197 yards, 5 touchdowns. He had 197 yards and 5 touchdowns versus Michigan.
Pretty good day.
Yeah, he killed us. Yeah. And they beat us 37-33, which is a big deal for them. It was a big day, like you said. Yeah. It was a bad day for the Wolverines.
Bad day. I remember the one game where they blocked the punt there. That was also bad.
That was another bad one.
Yeah. Oof. So he's got 90 yards, Gabe. How about this? They're giving, now I know it's third quarter and the Rams have the ball, but they're giving you 114. It keeps on going up. It started at 112, and now it's 113. Now it's at 114 and a half.
I would say over.
It's only 25. Yeah, it's only 25 more yards.
They're going to give him touches. They're not giving it to JSN. They're going to give him touches. Bro, they give the ball to Walker a lot, and then they screw him over around the 5-yard line, and Charbonnet gets the touchdowns. That's the way they operate. And you
even
see, they're very
28 and a half.
They're very pedestrian, Seattle, in their play calling. Like, there ain't nothing flashy about it. So oh, my God, Seattle, what are you doing? Wide open. Big play. This game, man, this game's opening up right now as far as the total is concerned. So, I don't know. We got like a 50-yard pass play now. So, first down, Rams on the Seattle 20-yard line, just like that. One play, boom.
Wow. Who is that to?
25-yard line.
Xavier Smith, 48 yards. Never heard of him.
You or I would have caught it, or he was wide open. It was just like the Seattle broke down, and he was just standing there alone, like down the field.
Colby Parkinson's got nothing. Nothing. Is he playing? Is he dressed? I don't even see him listed.
Yeah, even Xavier Smith, that's his first catch. Guy's done nothing, and he finds himself wide open.
Where's Parkinson?
Like, hey, look at his Stafford.
Receiver.
He's thinking, Stafford probably doesn't even know his name. He's like, I don't know, dude. Like, I see this kid's open. I never throw it to him before, but he's wide open. So, all right. Like Xavier Smith with his first catch.
Jeez.
How many catches this kid got on the season? He's got 11 catches on the year, all he's got. It's a big play for him. That's the biggest play of his career.
Hour number 3 coming up.